Do you know some of the highest earners in hospitals, tech companies, and manufacturing plants are night shifters pulling in 20 to 30% more than their day shift colleagues doing the exact same job? But here's the catch. 3 years into night shift work, many of them are also dealing with health issues their doctors directly link to their schedule. So which shift actually sets you up for long-term career success? The answer isn't what most people think. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which shift aligns with your career goals and lifestyle. Let's settle this debate once and for all. Let's start with the most obvious question. How much more money are we actually talking about? Night shift workers typically earn between 10 to 30% more than day shift workers in the same role. That's not pocket change. If you're making $50,000 on day shift, that's potentially an extra $5,000 to $15,000 per year just for working different hours. Over a decade, that's $50,000 to $150,000 more in your pocket. But here's what most people don't calculate. What are you actually trading for that money? The shift differential exists for a reason. Companies pay more because fewer people want to work nights. Your body is biologically programmed to sleep when it's dark and be awake when it's light. Fighting against millions of years of evolution comes at a cost. Now, before you think I'm about to tell you night shift is terrible, hold on. Because here's where it gets interesting for your career. That extra income can be a massive accelerator if you use it strategically. I've seen night shift workers pay off student loans in half the time, save for down payments on houses years earlier, and build investment portfolios while their day shift friends are still living paycheck to paycheck. Here's the career truth about night shift pay. It's a powerful tool if you treat it like a sprint, not a marathon. Use those extra earnings to eliminate debt, build savings, invest in education, or create additional income streams. But if you're planning to work nights for 20 years just for the differential, you need to hear what's coming in the next section. Let's talk about what your body experiences on night shift, because this is where the career calculation gets serious. The World Health Organization classified night shift work as a probable carcinogen. Now, before you panic, let me explain what that actually means. It doesn't mean night shift causes cancer the way smoking does. It means disrupting your circadian rhythm, your body's internal clock, can increase certain health risks over long periods. Here's what happens physically. When you work nights, you're fighting against your circadian rhythm, which controls everything from your sleep-wake cycle to your hormone production, metabolism, and immune system. Your body releases melatonin when it's dark to make you sleepy, and cortisol when it's light to wake you up. Night shift flips this upside down. The research shows long-term night shift workers have higher rates of cardiovascular disease, metabolic disorders like diabetes, digestive issues, and mental health challenges, including depression and anxiety. But here's what matters for your career decision: the duration and consistency. Working night shift for 2 to 3 years with proper sleep hygiene, nutrition, and recovery practices? Most healthy adults can handle this without major issues. Working rotating shifts that constantly change? That's actually worse for your health than permanent night shift because your body never adapts. Working night shift for 10+ years? That's when the statistical risks start climbing significantly. I'm not sharing this to scare you. I'm sharing it because your health is your ultimate career asset. You can't have a successful long-term career if your health falls apart at 45. Here's the practical takeaway. If you choose night shift, treat your health like a second job. Blackout curtains aren't optional, they're essential. Meal timing matters. Regular exercise becomes even more critical. Annual health checkups are non-negotiable, and you need an exit timeline. Which brings us to the career growth question everyone really wants answered. Here's the uncomfortable truth about night shift and career advancement. You're often invisible to the people who make promotion decisions. Most managers, directors, and executives work day shift. Most training sessions, professional development opportunities, and networking events happen during the day. When you're sleeping while everyone else is in meetings, you're out of sight and often out of mind. I've talked to countless night shift workers who feel stuck, watching less experienced day shift workers get promoted because they're visible to leadership. That's a real phenomenon, and it's frustrating. But here's the other side of that coin, and this is what makes night shift interesting for certain career strategies. Night shift often gives you more autonomy and responsibility earlier in your career. With fewer managers around, you're often the decision maker. You handle emergencies, solve problems independently, and develop leadership skills faster. I've seen 25-year-olds on night shift managing operations that day shift workers at 35 haven't touched yet. That responsibility looks incredible on a resume. Plus, night shift can be a strategic career accelerator if you use it right. Here's how the smart ones do it. First, they set a time limit, 2 to 5 years max. They go in with a plan, save money, gain specific experience, then transition. Second, they stay visible. They attend occasional day shift meetings, even if it means coming in on their off time. They email updates to leadership. They volunteer for cross-shift projects. They make sure decision makers know their names and their work. Third, they use their days off strategically. While day shift workers are at work, night shifters are hitting networking events, taking courses, building side businesses, or getting certifications. You have access to the world during business hours when most people don't. Fourth, they document everything. Night shift workers often handle situations day shift never sees. Write it down, quantify the impact, build your case for why your experience is valuable. The career advancement question isn't, can you advance on night shift? It's, are you being strategic about it? For some roles, like nursing, certain tech positions, manufacturing, or security, night shift can actually be a faster path to senior positions because there's less competition and more responsibility. For other roles, you might need to view night shift as a temporary strategy to gain experience and capital before moving to days. Let's talk about something that doesn't show up in your paycheck but absolutely impacts your career sustainability: your life outside of work. Night shift affects your relationships, your social life, your family time, and your mental health. And here's what matters for your career. If your personal life falls apart, your career performance follows. But night shift isn't universally bad for work-life balance. For some people, it's actually better. If you have kids, night shift might mean one parent is always home, saving thousands on childcare. If you're an introvert who hates office politics, night shift might give you the peaceful, focused work environment where you thrive. If you're building a business or pursuing education, having your days free is incredibly valuable. I know night shift workers who wouldn't switch to days for any amount of money because they coach their kids' sports teams, take afternoon classes, and avoid rush hour traffic. Their work-life balance is actually better than their day shift friends who fight traffic for 2 hours daily and never see their kids awake. But I also know night shifters who've lost relationships, missed weddings and birthdays, and feel chronically disconnected from the world because they're living in reverse. The question isn't which shift has better work-life balance in general. It's which shift gives you better balance based on your specific life situation, personality, and priorities. Here's what to consider. Are you naturally a night owl or morning person? What's your family situation? What are your goals outside work? Can you maintain friendships and relationships with opposite schedules? Do you have the discipline to sleep during the day when the world is awake? Your career is a marathon, and sustainability matters. The better shift is the one you can sustain while still being healthy, happy, and present in your life. So which shift is actually better for your career? Here's the real answer. It depends on where you are in your career journey and what you're trying to build. Choose night shift if you need to maximize short-term income, you're early in your career and want rapid responsibility, you have specific goals for the extra money, you're naturally nocturnal, or you value having business hours free for other pursuits. But go in with an exit strategy and a timeline. Choose day shift if you're focused on long-term career advancement in corporate structures, you have health concerns, you prioritize face time with leadership, you value traditional social schedules, or you're planning to stay in the same role for many years. The hybrid approach. Many successful professionals use night shift strategically for 2 to 5 years to accelerate savings, gain experience, or achieve specific goals, then transition to day shift for long-term career growth. Here's my final piece of advice. Whatever you choose it intentionally. Don't drift into night shift just because it was available and stay there for a decade by default. Don't stay on day shift struggling financially when night shift could solve real problems for you. Your career isn't just about climbing a ladder. It's about building a life that works. Sometimes night shift is the rocket fuel you need. Sometimes it's the thing holding you back. Only you can make that call, but now you have the real information to make it wisely. If you're navigating the night shift lifestyle or trying to decide if it's right for you, you don't have to figure it out alone. Head to nightshiftershub.com for resources, strategies, and real talk from people who've been there. Join our Telegram community, Night Shifters Hub, where thousands of night workers share tips, support each other, and win together. And subscribe to this channel for more content that actually helps you thrive, whatever shift you work. Now go make the choice that's right for your career.